Hi guys, Matthew here from Melig Perfumes. Um, a friend of mine asked me, Matt, what perfume do you think Jack Dawson, from the movie Titanic, okay, played by Leonardo Di Caprio. He said, Matt, what perfume do you think Jack would have worn? Of course, I have no idea, but I'm going to go with Cheeky by Guerlain. So if you don't know the movie, basically, it's a great movie. It's just simply called The Titanic. I believe it was released in 1997. The movie Titanic, it stars Leonardo DiCaprio and another actress, which he falls in love with. She's rich, he's poor, right? So, poor boy, rich lady, poor artist falls in love with a wealthy woman on the Titanic. Her name's Rose, his name is Jack. And my friend asked me, Matt, what perfume do you think Jack would have worn? As he got ready, he put on his suit. Actually, he borrowed the suit from a friend of his. Because he doesn't have a suit, of course, he's very poor. And he makes his way up to first class from third class. And it's a really great movie. So anyways, I say he wore Cheeky by Guerlain. Why? Well, Cheeky, it came out around 1890, right around 1890. Titanic sank 1912, so it would have been 20 years old, Cheeky. And it was very well known at the time of its release, and by 1912, certainly there must have been people on the Titanic wearing Cheeky, because Guerlain was one of the largest perfume houses in the world, even at that time. Today, definitely one of the largest in the world. And I also say that Jack may have worn Cheeky because he borrowed the suit from a woman. It was her son's suit, and I would assume that maybe she lent him some perfume. Cheeky is perfectly unisexual. It was initially made for men, but women began to wear it. I don't know exactly which year, but it's fair to say that in 1912, both men and women would have worn Cheeky. And it's fair to say that it was one of the most popular perfumes, and it's also a good guess on my part that people on the Titanic would have been very well acquainted with Guerlain's Cheeky. So we're going with Cheeky. Another reason that I would say that Jack wore Cheeky is, I'm going to draw some parallels between Cheeky and Jack. So Jack comes off initially as this kind of easy-go-lucky, he is optimistic, young man, very fresh. I think he's in his 20s, something like this. And Cheeky, when you first put it on, comes off as a very fresh, young, optimistic perfume. Okay, when you first put it on. The opening notes to Cheeky, it's like rosemary, cool, bright, energetic. It's bergamot, slightly sweet and juicy. And as she dries down, you realize there's quite a bit actually, of lavender. So something with a bit more depth than the opening. And Jack certainly has good character. So there is depth to the character Jack, as there is depth to the perfume Cheeky. You put on Cheeky, it's fresh, it's innocent, it's very bright, it's like any aftershave, okay? You shave, put something cool on, it's medicinal, eucalyptus, rosemary, bergamot, orange, citruses, something bright. Jack comes off the same way, energetic, fresh. He's driven by his passions. It seems very simple. But as the movie goes on, you realize that there's a purpose to Jack's sort of optimism. He actually displays very good character. And at the end of the movie, he ends up dying because he puts his love, the woman he fell in love with, on a piece of wood. He's frozen, dead in the water. We're not, she is saved. So he has good character. Jiki also has a depth of character to it as well. What I mean to say is that it's not just top notes, although the top notes, they last for a little while. They last for maybe about 20 minutes on your skin. And then comes out the orris butter. And I would say the civet and the vanillin and the lavender. So it becomes such a beautiful, very soft, smooth amber perfume. Very beautiful, very soft, light, very complex. Truly a masterpiece in Jiki's Guerlain. So don't underestimate Jiki's Guerlain. When you first spray it, you might find it too citrusy, too acidic, too bright. Also, the interesting thing about civet, which is in Jiki's Guerlain, is that it comes out at the same time as the citruses. So it's got this weird distance between the freshness and the stink. Okay, you can imagine Jack would probably be the same thing. He's from third class. He's working class. He doesn't have the freshest clothes, but he's got this great, optimistic, bright character in stinky clothes. I would say Jiki has the same thing. It opens up with this bright, fresh character, and then also civet. And they don't quite merge in the beginning. You're like, what's going on here? This is a bit weird. Wait 20 minutes. And what bridges the civet, which is a very deep, warm, musky material, with the bright green, fresh opening, what merges that comes out in about 20 minutes. And it's the powdery orris, it's the vanilla, it's the florals. And then what ends up happening is Jiki has one of the most beautiful, solid, complex, powdery, cosmetic smelling jasmine, rose. I can smell touches of opoponax, which is like this beautiful, beautiful myrrh type suede material. Absolutely gorgeous perfume. Just as much in the same way that Jack reveals his true character at the end of the movie, dying for this woman that he loves. He expresses this kind of innocent optimism, and almost so much in such a way you could kind of view him as like a scam artist or something in the beginning. It's like, who is this crazy optimistic guy? Is he really like that? Well, at the end of the movie you realize he really does have that much character. So the same thing with Jiki's Guerlain. Give it some time. Its true character will reveal itself to you. I say Jack from the movie Titanic wore Jiki by Guerlain. Don't judge a book by its cover. Wait to see what it does. A thing is what it does, not what it looks like. So there you go. A thing is what it does. And Cheeky does develop magic. So there we go. That's my analysis. Cheeky by Guerlain, made in 1889. The Titanic sank in 1912. Read up on your history. Read up on your perfume history. Enjoy your evening. That's what I have for you guys. Bye-bye.